So the Chroma V3 is made by Chroma Balisong, who is a, I believe, German maker. Definitely European, but I believe German. And it is a plastic Balisong. Last time you saw me, I had a Chroma V2. I have a video that I sent that off, and I said my thoughts on that before I got this one. Unfortunately, I could not do a side-by-side comparison. When I got the Chroma V3, a big factor was that it was honestly really coarse in the hand just from the plastic. I have sanded it. It is much more comfortable. This is not the only knife that I have. This is not the only plastic Balisong I have sanded. I have also sanded the quad. I think I've sanded. No, none of these ones that I have in front of me. In fact, I have a collection of plastic Balisongs right before you. However, this is not the plastic Balisong tier list yet. I think I'm going to wait for Flip Forge to release the palette, which is what they've been teasing. So instead, let's focus mostly on the Chroma V3. Chroma V3, plastic, 3D printed, sandwich design. The Chroma V2 and earlier is a sandwich with a channel spacer, kind of like the Tay Flipper. Sorry, that is not showing up with the lighting. You can kind of see this though. Maybe. There we go. So it's kind of like this. You could choose every color individually. I think it would have been super cool to have a completely rainbow chroma, but alas, with that getting discontinued and sandwich being more consistent, they went for that design. There is jimping, and then there's this extended bit out here. So even if it was not as easy to ladder without jimping or whatever, there is jimping, thankfully. It's mostly only on one side here. There's none here, but there is up here. But again, even with ladders, yeah, you can't really see this, but there is jumping up here. With ladders, you still kind of catch on this, which is nice. It weighs. Let's do a weight comparison with this and its competitors. Chroma V3 clocks in at 2.93. Or is it 2.89? It's 2.93 or it's 2.89. It keeps flickering. Calico. 2.5 flat. Tay Flipper. 2.4. Edit Light. 2.68. And Cycloid HD. 2.65. So, for my own memory, 2.9. It is closer to 3 ounces. It's still not quite there, but it is definitely heavier than these 4 Balisongs, these 4 plastic Balisongs. Ghost is 3.6 ounces. That's its own beast. Chroma is slightly heavier. It is, I think, relatively equivalent in length. It's actually a little shorter than the Calico. It is shorter than the Edit Light, I should say. Just barely shorter than the Cycloid. Tay Flipper, I don't know if it's a different height. Tay Flipper, oh yeah, no, it's still shorter than that. Ghost is almost the same height as a Calico. So yeah, Chroma, interestingly, weighs more, is shorter. Handles feel thinner than an Edit's. Yeah, here's an Edit's handles compared to a Chroma's handle. I personally feel the Edit is a little bulky, not bad, it's just a little bulky. Calico handles, it's more in line with that size, at least with the width. Actually, arguably, this part here might be a little thinner. It's hard to tell. These do taper. The pivots to the ends taper more on the Calico, and it doesn't as much on the Chroma, but then it wedges out. So that's just some comparisons to the competitors. Oh, and I guess the Cycloid. Unfortunately, I don't have a Cycloid 2.1, which is probably a more equivalent competitor because the HD is, well, it's HD, but relatively similar. No, actually, the Cycloid might be a little thinner. Hard to tell. Part of it is that this like chamfers off. It's not it's not chamfered, but it is like a diagonal off. So how does the Chroma flip? Honestly, pretty good. After I sanded this down, it is a lot more comfortable. I do feel like there is still like a slightly interesting momentum that I can't figure out, and it might be in the blade. I think there's just a bit of blade momentum that makes rollovers feel a little interesting. Not bad, And this, like, again, you might be like, ooh, that's kind of like a bad sign. But I've flipped high quality metal Balisongs that made me feel this way. So, like, take that with a grain of salt. It still flips really well. I think it actually flips really nicely. I like this a lot. I would recommend, however, because it's German, if you are an American or you're in North America, you will have to pay shipping. It's not terrible, but it's like, I think like 10-ish bucks, maybe a little bit more. Like, that's how much you pay for a calico as well in terms of shipping. But you know, when your Balisong costs like 50 to 60 bucks, oh, I forgot to look up the price. When the Balisong costs 50 to 60 bucks, you know, a little bit, you know, it's a percentage. It's a significant percentage added on top. Where it's like a 300 Balisong with $10 shipping is like, okay, that's like not a crazy deal. I don't feel good about looking it up on my phone, but I should look it up on my phone. The Chroma Balisong costs, please accept all. Chroma V3. A Chroma V3, not custom. You can get a black with black handles, white blade, or white handles, or white handles, black blade. Yes, that is 54.95 euros. So 55 euros. A custom Chroma, it's fucking damn it. Custom Chroma is 65 euros, 64.95. So to customize, it is $10 more. I bought this. I had a bit of a discount because I pre-ordered it, and also because I had a V2 that was like, it was damaged, but not because of Chroma's fault. It's because the previous owner fucking had it near a stove. So yeah, Chroma was nice. Lucky Ethan got his for free. Well, actually, no, Ethan didn't get to keep his. I think he donated it. He did the giveaway. The Chroma has, as you can see, like 5 ball bearings up here. The Calico has 4. The Tay Flipper has 3. Wow, the lighting is so bright. It's a sunny-ish. No, it's not even a sunny day. What am I saying? There is a bite handle indicator on the blade. It's effective. You know, if you do a chaplain on it, it feels weird. It feels bad. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't feel good. Calico does not have any indicator. I still love the Tay flippers. It's really subtle, but on one side it's like concave, convex. And it does not have a bite indicator. And I don't even know. Oh yeah, I mean this feels really different, as you can tell. It just looks different. There's also rods. I want to say 3 rods, just looking through the light. 1, 2, 3 rods embedded within the handles, not including the pivots. So when I was sanding it, I started to notice that, actually, also, here's an interesting thing. Minor imperfection, but, like, let's see. Just comparing the other ones. This being a Chanwich Balisong, the orange, which is my bite side, flushes really nicely. It actually lines up very well. The blue, one side is slightly taller. I was trying to see if I could maybe get that even-ish. It's more work than it's worth. And I started to notice, like, oh, I saw the rods a little bit when I was trying to just like vigorously. The jimping is aligned perfectly. It feels like it aligns really well at the end here. So, like, as far as the print goes, I don't know much about 3D printing. I won't pretend that I do. But I will say that the orange handle ended up printing a little bit more consistent. It's very, very minor. It's just something that I noticed. So, yeah, unfortunately, my safe handle has, like, slight unevenness and is slightly not smooth. But it's such a minor thing. It really, truly is minor. But I figured I'd bring it up. I don't know if anyone has more opinions on that. Comparing my Tay Flipper, this one I got used. I don't know if someone else sanded this down, but it is very flushed feeling. So yeah. Do I recommend the Chroma? If you're European, fuck yeah. If you're European, abso-fucking-lutely. I hope that your shipping is not as much. 65 for a custom Chroma, I think is pretty fair. 55 for a black and white Chroma, I think is, you know, it's a good deal. You can get a Calico that I believe is monochrome. I think it's maybe just black and white. A Calico is a little bit more expensive. I'm going to look that up real quick just so that I can give you better information. I feel bad. Tay Flipper, Calico. I don't want Italy Flipper. I want Tay Flipper. Oh my fucking god. Oh, Jesus. I can compare the edit to. Standard Calico, Mono black is $55. So yeah, almost exactly the same price. Oh, custom calico is 75. So it's actually a $20 jump to get from a mono black to whichever colors. I bought mine used, and so do be aware that I guess the Chroma is a slightly better deal, and then the Edit Light Balisong I think is 55, but then you can get textures. You can get a nicer blade that's got like a black outline in it. That is, I'm pretty sure it's like 50. I'm looking now. So yeah, dual tone blades, customized. Unfortunately, I don't see a super obvious price right now because he discontinued the original. Oh no. So the irregular edit, which is now getting discontinued, is $75. The edit light is $50, and the edit light can then end up being more expensive. Like mine, this I got from Telestro, but this has texture. It's hard to see with the lighting, but it's got texture on it, which makes it more expensive. And eventually, I'm going to get whatever the palette ends up being. So Chroma, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. I like it. I think it is on par with the others. I actually like it more than the Calico. I know that some people love the Calico. I honestly have not flipped it that much, but I do feel like the Calico has a lot of tip weight and end weight that feels just a little weird for me to flip. The Chroma is mostly evenly distributed weight, mostly, and it, I don't know, maybe has a little bit more. It's like slightly heavier. I want to say it's slightly heavier on the handles. I don't know. I feel like I can't fucking do a helix on anything if it's not directly out of behind the 8-ball. Like it feels, it's shorter, so it doesn't have as much of like a weird sluggishness. Let me just compare that with oh, the edit. I mean I botched it, but like the edit I feel is really easy. It's like really light and it's really evenly distributed weight. Calico had an equal problem of not being able to do an edit, or not being able to do a helix. What the shit was that? Yeah, it's just because it's so long and because it's very end heavy, both on the blade on the weight. It's very much a pendulum, and so getting that last part of the helix where it goes and then up here, it's a lot. You have to kind of force that. Chroma feels similarly, not to the same degree. Let me just try it on the cycloid real quick. Cycloid, oh, that felt fine. Cycloid and edit being more evenly weight distributed. I think the Chroma is, honestly, the Chroma kind of feels like somewhere in between a Calico and let me try the tape flipper again. I don't flip the tape flipper that often. It's just so pretty though. Okay, the tape flipper is more neutral-ish. Okay, similar issue. So honestly, I think the Chroma is sort of like a tape flipper, but more evenly weight distributed and heavier. Yeah, the Chroma being shy of 3 ounces. So the original edit is 3 ounces, but it is also a bit chunky. These handles, I don't actually know if the edit is as chunky as it seems, but it feels chunky. Chroma doesn't feel chunky. It's maybe kind of like the edit, but with Calico dimensions. It's also just a little bit, I think the Calico is definitely a lot more tip weight and a lot more end weight, whereas there are beams in the middle that make it just more evenly distributed. Oh, also I got this nice little like text. I think that looks really good. That's kind of the only extra finish that you can get. But yeah, this is the Chroma V3. It's made by Chroma Balisong. Ow, I just hurt my foot in a stupid way and distracted. $55 for a black and white and $65 for customization. And then I think maybe this finish is like, I actually don't think this finish is extra. If it is, it's like $5. It's very, very minimal. With shipping, mine ended up being like, you know, it's going to be closer to 75 with shipping. So bear that in mind. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is really good. It doesn't tap too loudly. Yeah, not as loud as the Calico. I don't know. I think the Chroma is great. That's my official assessment. The Chroma is great. It's pretty damn affordable. If you're European, fucking get one. If you are American, probably get one if you're a plastic Balisong enthusiast. If you like plastic, go for it. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Despite it kind of looking like the Calico, kind of, I actually don't think it feels like the Calico as much as you'd expect. I actually prefer this over the Calico. So keep that in mind. And like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned, subscribe, click the bell for a notification. I will eventually do a plastic Balisong tier list. I'll probably have to build my own. I'll go to the tier list builder and probably just type out shit. Maybe I have to upload pictures. That would suck. But yeah, stay tuned. I plan on reviewing more things in the future. Eventually, when FlipForge releases their new product, I will pick one of those up. And yeah, eventually I'm going to do a full Ghost review as well. But this has been the Chroma V3 by Chroma Balisong. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any preferences on plastic, if you think I'm full of shit, if you think that my opinions are shit or stupid, or you think I'm great and you think I'm very pretty and beautiful, and you have a hot lesbian friend that's polyamorous, that is... I'm going to shut up now. Bye!